Alright, so here we are, the penultimate episode of the series. Now that I've digested everything that's happened in the last couple of episodes, I'm a little bit worried that there's not going to be enough time to wrap all of this up in a conclusive way. Not only a conclusive way, but a satisfying way, because like I said, this is the end of the show. There's nowhere to go after this. So if these last two episodes only come out to be about 20 to 25 minutes each, I'm a little bit worried. Like, I know this episode's only about 20-25 minutes, something like that, but I'm hoping that this last episode, it is rumored it's going to be over an hour, but I'm hoping that that is the case. At this point, the batch is on their way to Tantus. They're bringing Rampart with them. Omega and the other kids on Tantus inside the vault are hatching an escape plan. There's a lot at stake in these last two episodes. Like I said, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm hoping that they can wrap it up conclusively in a satisfying way, but I have faith that they're going to do it. This season has been absolutely fantastic so far, so I'm super excited to check this out. Before we get started though, do me a favor, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're interested in seeing the full-length version of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, as well as early access, you'll find that right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you want to check that out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, I'm super excited. So let's go. You know, I was talking with some people, not really talking, but just conversating on Twitter, getting into some small discussions, and it's just crazy to me how much of the fandom prefers the animated stuff to the live action stuff anymore. Like, the live action stuff, I feel like the only two things that have been universally loved without any kind of divisiveness have been the first two seasons of Mando. Everything else has been super divisive. Animation, on the other hand, like, everything has been pretty strong. Last season of Clone Wars, Bad Batch, Tales of the Jedi. We have Tales of the Empire coming out in like 2 weeks.
We'll be exiting hyperspace soon.
The base's scanners will detect us once we're on approach.
Then we'll detach from the science vessel's hull before then and infiltrate on foot.
How's Echo gonna get off that ship?
He'll find a way.
Oh yeah, I forgot Echo's on the other ship. Uh-oh.
We have a potential security breach. Clone Force 99 infiltrated the orbital station with former Vice Admiral Rampart.
Okay, so they know.
They could be tracking it.
Dispatch fighters to monitor airspace.
They think they're just tracking it. Little do they know. Look at that. Looks so goofy.
Multiple fighters inbound.
Yeah.
Our fighters have engaged a rogue shuttle.
So much for a subtle entrance. I thought they were actually going to sneak in successfully, but nope, they're making their presence known.
Monitor the children in my absence.
Your concern for the specimens is unwarranted.
She sucks, but you didn't need me to tell you that. Oh no, I thought it was going to crash right into it. That wouldn't have been good for them though, so.
Wrecker, on it!
On what?
You don't wanna know.
What is the plan here?
Try not to hit anything on the way down.
You've got to be kidding!
Yeah, I'm kind of with him on this one. What is going on? No, no.
What? Wait! The cable's jammed!
That scream. Oh boy.
Sir, our science vessel's on final approach.
Have the entire ship searched and the crew scanned. No one leaves that hangar without authorization.
Yeah, he is stressed out. We haven't seen him this stressed out. I mean, he knows of how important experiments that they're doing here is to the Emperor. And if anything happens, it is his ass. So say, is that Echo? You're gonna stand out with that arm.
Step aside. This cargo must be offloaded at once.
We're here to search this vessel and check everyone's clearance.
That was already completed at the orbital station.
Hemlock's orders.
Fine.
Classic Imperial officers. So bitchy.
You sure we're headed in the right direction?
I've been here before. It's not a place you forget.
Yeah, I just feel like there's so many things, like answers, that we need by the end of this show. Like, what's up with the hand? Who's the shadow clone or whatever it is? Is it Cody? Who is it? We haven't seen him in a few episodes.
Did Rampart make it?
Unfortunately, yes.
You three truly are defective clones. If you had any common sense, you wouldn't have come here. You won't get out of this alive.
We'll take our chances.
Well, you're here too. You must be a little defective up here too. Oh, I thought it was stuck.
Wait, you're not authorized to be here.
Shoot him in the head. I hate those droids.
What is going on here?
Thank you.
Thanks for the hand.
Okay, this is making me nervous. We have spent almost no time with Echo this whole season. He's gotten more screen time in this episode than he has the whole season. That is making me nervous because they're leading to something. Hopefully it's rainbows and butterflies and pot of gold. The end of that rainbow.
I need to scout out what's going on, and this is my best chance before the others come back. If something happens and I'm not back in time, cover me.
Cover you?
Yeah, this is their best opportunity to get out of here. Whoa, watch your head.
You fall behind, you get left behind.
But you're in the back.
The Empire betrayed us both.
And you think you can fight them. That's not you. You're like me. Loyal to no one but yourself.
Not anymore.
I've changed.
You should try it.
Sure you have.
I still don't know if we're gonna get a redemption arc with him. Like, I feel like we will, but... we finally gonna see where all this leads to and what it's being used for. Man, TKs really do suck.
Do we go around? No, it'll take too long. Especially with dead weight slowing us down.
It's not like we're being hunted down.
I don't think that's a rock. Yeah, rocks don't growl. Oh, great. Rampart plays the tough guy, but man, is he a coward. Ah, you idiot. Well, I mean, if anybody was gonna lead them to their position, it was gonna be Rampart.
Where's Rampart?
Who cares at this point? Good luck.
Do you think something went wrong? I don't know.
Your rooms for examination.
Uh-oh. You better buy her some time.
I'm still hungry.
It will pass.
Bitch, it'll pass. Is that the Zillow Beast? It is. Yo. Well, now we know how they could possibly get out of here. Big distraction right there.
I don't feel very good.
Run a diagnostic on SP-54.
Affirmative.
There's no way she makes it back in time. Man, this is tense. Whew. Oh boy.
Troopers are not allowed in here.
It's a special security patrol. It's all clear.
Sure. We're fine here. We're all fine. How are you?
Echo. Omega talked about you all. She said her squad would eventually come for her.
Not just her. We're here for all the prisoners you've been experimenting on.
I was doing my job.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
You're a clone. How can you be part of this?
They will turn around and do the same thing to you in a heartbeat.
But you won't get anywhere near there without my assistance. If we're gonna free those children, you're going to have to trust me.
Wait. What children?
Omega's not the only child confined inside this base.
Quick side note though, whenever they do an older Omega in live action or whatever, they already have an older voice actor with Emery, since she's technically just an older clone version of Omega.
I found something big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have a plan, and I'm gonna need your help.
Dude, this next episode has to be an hour long. There's no way. There's just so much that needs done, and there's no way it happens in just 20 minutes. I just see no scenario where all of these kids band together, get the Zillo Beast out as a distraction, the Bad Batch gets all of the clones out, and then a showdown with like Hemlock and all of the other clones like Scorch and all of that. Maybe some of the Bad Batch convinces some of the clones to defect. And by clones, I mean the commandos that are still working for the Empire. There's just so much that needs done in this last episode. It has to be a big one. And you know, I've been thinking about this as well. I really think that this show is going to do wonders for people who are watching it for the first time, whenever they can just sit down and basically binge the entire show. For the first 2 seasons, I feel like it's a little bit frustrating to get through week to week, especially with all the filler episodes that there are. But this season, I feel like on rewatch is going to be great. Because I feel like with the first 2 seasons, especially the first season after the Bad Batch defects from the Empire, we're kind of just hopping around doing just some side missions with Sid, and then we'll have an episode that's really important to the plot, and then we'll go back to doing side missions for Sid for 2 episodes. And we kind of got a little bit of that in season 2, but not as much. This season, it was episode after episode. The story from the first episode goes into the second and then into the third and so on from there. Everything fits so nicely. They had a cohesive story for this whole season. I feel like it hasn't slowed down really at all. I feel like the only episode that you could argue is filler is the Fennec side mission, because, you know, we had to go on a bounty quest with Fennec to get the information that would lead to Ventress. But I feel like that's really the only episode that we can call filler, and I feel like it's not a filler episode. It's just an episode that has filler moments. And that's fine, as long as you're not wasting my entire episode for the week. But in this episode itself, they got the Tanta successfully, but they did not go undetected. I honestly thought that they were going to successfully get in there undetected, and then they were going to be detected once they got into the base. But no, as soon as they got into atmosphere, they get shot down. That whole scene of them hanging from the ship in Rampart, dude, that was so funny. That scream got me good. But they touch down. Hemlock is aware of it. He's very, very nervous about it, and rightfully so. He has every right to be as nervous as he is, because like I said, if this all goes down, it is on him. The Emperor will grill him. And I mean personally, I think that might be a possibility. You know, if the show were to end on a happy note, it's not going to, but if it did, it would see the Bad Batch get away with Omega, all of the clones, no one dies, and then Rampart gets in trouble, the Emperor shows up and just cooks him. That would be the ending that I would want, but that's not going to happen. I feel like we're going to lose some clones in this last episode. And you know, we really honed in on Echo in this episode, which is really making me nervous, because he's had basically no screen time this entire season. He had more screen time in this episode than he has virtually the entire season so far. And they did the same thing with Tech whenever they were building up to his death. We were getting more and more screen time with him, and then they killed him. And if that happens, that death is going to hit extra hard, because he's the last of Domino Squad, right? Yeah, he is the last remaining member, so that is going to make it all the more heartbreaking, because all the dominoes have been knocked over at this point. But I'm sure Echo is going to help them get into the base. Obviously, Omega and the rest of the kids are hatching a plan. Omega went through the vents to see if there was a way out, and she spots the Zillo Beast, and that is essentially their way out. I'm assuming that they're going to free it somehow. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I'm sure that they're going to free it, and that's going to be the big distraction. Actually, you know what? If Hemlock gets eaten by the Zillo Beast or gets cooked by the Emperor, I will be happy. But that's their big plan. But I really liked this closing scene with Emery and Echo, because pretty much this whole season we've seen Emery teetering back and forth between her just following orders, the same kind of problem and dynamic that they were dealing with with Crosshair. That was Crosshair's whole ordeal. Good soldiers follow orders, and we're kind of seeing that repeat itself, not to the most extreme level that we saw with Crosshair, but it's definitely there. She says she's just doing her job, and then Echo's like, you're a clone. How could you be doing this? And I feel like that really struck her, even though that's such an obvious thing to say and something that she knew, but I guess hearing it from somebody else is a lot different than just thinking it to yourself. But I'm pretty sure Omega has brought that point up to her before, but who knows? It's finally getting through to her. That's the point that matters. She's gonna help Echo get the kids out. I'm hoping all the kids make it out. It's a Disney show. I'm sure they're all going to. But man, we only got one episode left of this entire show. I'm sure it's gonna be a big one. If I see 22 minutes on next week's episode, I'm going to get a little bit nervous. Not a little bit. I'm going to be very nervous. But like I said, the rumor right now is that the last episode is like an hour and 5, an hour and 10 minutes, something like that. So I'm hoping that's the case. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to see the full-length version of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, as well as early access, you'll find that right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you want to check that out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one.